Coffee is supposed to be your warm, comforting wake-up ritual, right? What if we told you that behind your favorite morning brew could be a toxic cocktail of chemicals, mold, and even carcinogens? In 2020, European food safety authorities raised alarms over dangerously high levels of acrylamide, a cancer-linked compound in several commercial coffee brands. Meanwhile, lab tests revealed mold toxins like ochratoxin A in beans sold nationwide, including popular ones you probably trust. The real kicker? These brands still line grocery shelves, proudly marketed as premium and organic. Today, we expose 7 coffee brands that might be slowly poisoning you and reveal the 2 rare ones that are actually safe to drink. Number 7. Maxwell House. Once a staple in American households, this legacy brand has sunk into infamy. Independent lab tests have flagged elevated levels of acrylamide, that same cancer-linked compound European health agencies warned about. Even worse, a 2019 consumer advocacy report noted the presence of mold toxins in several instant coffee varieties by Maxwell House. Mold in your morning mug? That's not the aroma they advertise. And yet millions still brew this stuff daily, completely unaware they're sipping what amounts to a biochemical gamble. So why isn't anyone talking about it? Number 6. Nescafé. The name sounds harmless, even nostalgic, just add hot water and you're in grandma's kitchen. But what Nestlé won't put on the label is shocking. In 2021, food safety investigations uncovered troubling levels of furan, a chemical formed during roasting that's classified by the World Health Organization as a possible human carcinogen. What's worse, Nescafé's instant varieties have repeatedly tested positive for mold and mycotoxins, especially in exported batches aimed at developing countries. It's the dark roast they don't want you to see. But here's the real question. If this is what they're selling in plain sight, what else is hiding behind the 100% pure coffee promise? Number 5. Folgers. The jingle says it's the best part of waking up, but that might depend on whether you enjoy waking up with pesticides and heavy metals. In 2018, tests conducted by Clean Label Project uncovered that Folgers ranked among the worst in terms of pesticide residue and acrylamide levels. Not only that, some samples tested alarmingly high for lead content. Yes, lead, the same neurotoxin that no amount of exposure is considered safe for. And this isn't some obscure report. These findings were widely available, yet conveniently ignored by the brand. You'd think a company with this much shelf space could afford to clean up its act. But maybe they're banking on nostalgia to mask the toxicity. Number 4. Kirkland Signature. Yes, the beloved Costco brand, even this seemingly wholesome bulk buy is far from innocent. In 2020, an analysis by the nonprofit Clean Label Project exposed that Kirkland's 100% Colombian coffee contained measurable amounts of acrylamide, the cancer-linked chemical we keep seeing pop up. But get this, some batches showed levels on par with notoriously contaminated brands despite Kirkland's premium image. And the irony? Consumers often trust Costco for transparency and value, but that bargain price may come at the hidden cost of your long-term health. Could bulk buying be bulk poisoning? Number 3. Dunkin'. America's favorite on-the-go caffeine hit might be hitting your gut harder than you think. A 2022 analysis of popular coffee chains revealed that Dunkin's pre-ground coffee contains acrylamide levels significantly higher than homemade brews. And it doesn't stop there. Tests also found trace pesticide residues, including compounds not approved for use in coffee cultivation by the EPA. How does that happen? Imported beans from farms with lax regulations, poorly monitored imports, and zero transparency. And while their pink and orange branding screams fun and friendly, what you're drinking might be closer to a chemical cocktail than your usual cup of joe. Still reaching for the drive-thru? Number 2. Green Mountain. It markets itself as a sustainable, ethical brand, but don't let the eco-packaging fool you. In 2019, laboratory tests revealed that Green Mountain K-Cups contained detectable levels of not only acrylamide, but also phthalates, yes, the same plastic-derived chemicals linked to hormone disruption and reproductive issues. And since K-Cups are brewed under high heat and pressure, those chemicals can leach directly into your morning drink. What's worse? The company touts itself as responsibly sourced, but watchdog audits have questioned their inconsistent supply chain transparency. A green label doesn't mean a clean cup. So the next time you press that Keurig button, ask yourself, are you just brewing coffee or steeping yourself in slow toxicity? Number 1. Death Wish Coffee. The name alone should have raised eyebrows, and not just for branding. Marketed as the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish boasts double the caffeine of a typical cup. But here's the kicker: independent lab analysis in 2021 found dangerously high levels of acrylamide, far exceeding what's considered safe in the EU. And with caffeine doses surpassing 700 milligrams per serving, you're not just waking up, you're shocking your adrenal glands into full-blown crisis. Pair that with lax third-party testing and zero disclosed toxin screening, and you've brewed yourself a potential cardiac time bomb. It's not just strong coffee, it's strong enough to wreck your nervous system. So next time you see that edgy skull logo, maybe take it as the warning it was always meant to be. Now for the twist. After all that doom and dread, is there any coffee left that's actually safe to drink? Surprisingly, yes, but they're rare finds in a market flooded with toxic brews. One standout is Purity Coffee. Independent third-party testing has consistently shown their beans to be free from mold, pesticides, and harmful levels of acrylamide. Their process is built around health first, from organic sourcing to low-temp roasting that minimizes chemical formation. Another gem? Life Boost Coffee. Single origin, mycotoxin-free, and lab-tested for heavy metals, this brand takes purity to a level most others can't even spell. In a world where clean coffee is mostly marketing fluff, these two actually live up to the hype. But don't get too comfortable, the worst is still coming. Here comes the climax, the truly terrifying pinnacle of coffee deception. Enter Café Bustelo. With its bright yellow and red packaging and cult following in Latino communities, it looks innocent enough. But behind the branding lies a dark truth. Multiple independent analyses, including a 2022 study by a consumer watchdog group, revealed elevated levels of both acrylamide and PAH's polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons classified by the EPA as probable human carcinogens. H's are typically found in burnt meat and engine exhaust. So how did these end up in your café con leche? Over-roasting, poor bean sourcing, and zero consumer transparency. And here's the twist of the knife. Many of these toxins are heat stable, meaning your brewing method won't save you. By the time you've added your sweetener and milk, you're basically sipping a mildly toxic chemistry experiment. And millions drink it daily thinking it's a cultural anchor. It is, but it's also a chemical Trojan horse hiding in your stovetop espresso. So, where does that leave us? In a world where coffee has become less of a morning ritual and more of a roulette wheel of risk, awareness may be your only shield. It's not just about taste or convenience anymore, it's about survival in a marketplace cluttered with slick marketing and shadowy ingredient lists. The next time you pour yourself a cup, ask one simple question. Do I trust this brand with my blood, my brain, my biology? Because when companies hide behind eco-labels, nostalgic jingles, and shelf space dominance, your health becomes collateral damage. The good news? You now hold the list that separates the dangerous from the deliberate. But the better question is, how many more industries are feeding you poison with a smile? And here's the haunting final note. Acrylamide isn't just lurking in coffee. It's in potato chips, bread crust, even breakfast cereals. The very foods we associate with comfort are turning out to be slow, invisible threats. Which begs the question, if something as simple and everyday as coffee can hide this much danger in plain sight, what else are we missing? What's slipping under the radar in your kitchen cabinet, your grocery cart, your child's lunchbox? This isn't just about coffee anymore. It's a call to pull back the curtain on the entire food industry. Because what you don't know can absolutely hurt you, and chances are, it already is. So now that you've seen the bitter truth behind your daily brew, here's your challenge. Be the friend who knows better, the shopper who reads the labels, the consumer who demands transparency. Share this video with someone who still thinks their organic coffee is immune from scrutiny. Head to your pantry, flip that coffee bag over, and ask yourself, have they earned your trust? Because in a system built on blind repetition and glossy promises, the only real defense is informed defiance. Stay skeptical, stay awake, and remember, Expose Unlimited is watching what they're hoping you never see. Before you go, let's leave you with one final jolt. In 2023, a study out of UC Davis found that nearly 40% of coffee shop samples tested contained synthetic flavoring chemicals not disclosed on the label, some of which are banned in the European Union for their potential link to endocrine disruption. That's right, flavored hazelnut or vanilla bean could mean you're sipping a beige-colored science experiment. And if the food industry is this reckless with coffee, the second most consumed beverage in the world, what corners are they cutting on everything else? The truth is ugly, the system is broken, and you're not paranoid, you're paying attention. So keep asking questions, keep demanding answers, and whatever you do, never confuse branding with safety again. The real revolution isn't decaf, it's disclosure. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below with the coffee brand you trust or the one you're now swearing off for good. Have you had strange symptoms after a certain brew? Tasted something off but couldn't explain it? Share your story, because millions of others might be going through the same thing without even realizing it. This isn't just about calling out shady companies, it's about building a community of people who care about what goes into their bodies. The industry has billions to protect its secrets. All we have is each other. So stay loud, stay informed, and remember, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And neither will they. And if you're still wondering how deep the rabbit hole goes, just consider this. Some of the largest coffee conglomerates funnel billions into lobbying against tighter food safety regulations. Why? Because testing for toxins, switching to safer roasting practices, and sourcing cleaner beans would eat into their margins. It's not that they can't make safer coffee, it's that they won't, unless consumers force their hand. So the next time you're standing in the coffee aisle, remember you're not just choosing between dark roast or medium. You're choosing between complicity and change. The bitter truth is, the most dangerous ingredient in your coffee isn't a chemical. It's silence. So what now? If you're feeling overwhelmed, that's the right emotion, because the coffee industry is just the tip of the iceberg. Every day we trust beautiful packaging, celebrity endorsements, and lazy assumptions instead of data, test results, and transparency. But now you know better. You've got the names, the facts, and the red flags. You don't have to give up coffee, you just have to stop drinking it blindly. Let this be the beginning of a shift, not just in your pantry, but in how you navigate everything you consume. Because once you hold companies to a new standard, they either evolve or they fall. And at Exposé Unlimited, we're here to make sure it's the former. Here's to truth in your cup and power in your choices. If this video shook you, it should. Because what's brewing under the surface of your everyday routines is a system counting on your ignorance. Coffee was just one doorway. Imagine what's waiting behind the others. Baby food, pet treats, protein powders, even your healthy supplements. Every aisle is a battleground of misinformation, and every barcode tells a story you're not meant to read. But as long as you've got the will to ask, the courage to question, and the community to rally with you, there's still hope. Subscribe, stay alert, and when you drink your next cup, let it be one made not just with beans, but with awareness. And just before we close the lid on this cup of revelations, think about this. The FDA doesn't currently require coffee companies to test for or disclose acrylamide levels. Let that sink in. A compound linked to heightened cancer risk is allowed to float invisibly in one of the world's most consumed beverages with zero consumer warning. Meanwhile, misleading natural flavor claims continue to skirt scrutiny, and you're left playing biochemical roulette before sunrise. The reality? The burden of safety has been flipped onto the consumer. So maybe tomorrow morning, when you reach for that bag of beans, you'll pause. Not in fear, but in power. Because awareness isn't paranoia, it's protection. Until next time, stay caffeinated, safely. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this exposé, give it a like to break the algorithm's silence, and share it with someone who still thinks their morning brew is harmless. And if you're ready to keep peeling back the labels, subscribe to Expose Unlimited. Every week, we shine a spotlight on the everyday deceptions shaping your health. Because in a world where silence is profitable, truth becomes the most dangerous ingredient of all. Stay skeptical, stay sharp, and until next time, don't just wake up. Wake up to what's really in your cup. Still here? That means you're part of the resistance, the small, sharp-eyed crowd that refuses to settle for the corporate brew of deceit. Remember, it's never just about coffee. It's about breaking the trance, sharpening your senses, and reclaiming control over what enters your body. So before you file this video away as just another exposé, take one last sip of truth. Your health isn't just yours. It's a political act, a consumer stance, and a ripple that can shake the shelves. Keep asking, keep challenging, and keep showing up, because Expose Unlimited isn't done yet, and neither are you. And if you've made it this far, congratulations, you're no longer the average consumer. You're the anomaly, the one willing to question the script everyone else blindly follows. In a culture addicted to speed, convenience, and flavor fakery, awareness is nothing short of rebellion. So go ahead, enjoy your coffee, but choose it like your health depends on it, because it does. And if today's deep dive rattled your comfort zone, good. That means you're finally waking up in the way that matters most, not with caffeine, but with clarity. This is Exposé Unlimited, signing off until next time. Stay loud, stay brave, and above all, stay unblinded. So as you head into tomorrow, armed with fresh eyes and a sharper tongue, remember this change doesn't start with a revolution, it starts with a cup. Not the one brewed for convenience, but the one stirred with intent, with vigilance, with truth. Because every grounded bean, every label you flip, every brand you question, that's where your power begins. You've seen behind the curtain, now close that cabinet with certainty, not naivety. And when you sip, let it not just awaken your mind, but your mission. This is Exposé Unlimited. The world's waking up. Are you? And just like that, your morning ritual becomes your quiet revolution. Not by swearing off coffee altogether, but by choosing the kind that respects your biology instead of exploiting your ignorance. Because the real power never sat in corporate boardrooms or colorful branding, it's always been in your mug, waiting to be reclaimed. So tomorrow, brew consciously, sip defiantly, and with every cup, remember, awakening isn't something coffee gives you. It's what truth demands of you. Until next time, stay vigilant, and don't just rise with the sun, rise with purpose. That's it for today's exposé, but the investigation doesn't stop here. If you've got a tip, a story, or a brand you want us to put under the microscope next, drop it in the comments. We're building more than an audience. We're building a watchdog network, one video at a time. Because the truth isn't just what we report, it's what you demand. So whether it's your protein powder, your baby formula, or that natural snack bar hiding a pharmaceutical-grade punch, Exposé Unlimited is on it. Hit that subscribe button, sound the alarm, and keep your eyes wide open. Truth isn't trendy. It's necessary. So as we close this case file and turn off the lights in the caffeine crime scene, remember, knowledge is your antidote. The war for your health is being waged in grocery aisles, with smiling labels and hidden toxins as weapons. But now, you've got armor. You're not just a viewer anymore. You're a frontline investigator in a world built on blindsiding the unsuspecting. So keep those questions brewing, your instincts sharp, and your trust hard-earned. Because at Exposé Unlimited, the truth has no off switch, and neither do we. Till next time, drink wisely, live loudly, and never forget, the most powerful ingredient in your life is awareness.